I'm going to tell you in this video why playing with a small embouchure hole, that is the hole in your mouth, is an essential part of playing the flute well. If you play with a big embouchure hole, or even if it's slightly too big, these 4 things are going to happen to you. You will not be able to play high notes. You'll have a fluffy sound all over on the flute. You will run out of air and you'll probably get dizzy. Let me explain in just a minute. Firstly, I am Jane Cavanagh. From the Flute Teachers School, I love showing people how little changes like getting a smaller hole in their embouchure make a massive difference to how well they can play the flute. And if you want to know more of how to get a good sound, come and join me in a masterclass that shows you just that. It's free and I'll tell you about it at the end of this video. Okay, so back to a small opening, a small embouchure hole. I'm going to give you demonstrations of those 4 things that will happen if it's not small enough. Firstly, you won't be able to play high notes. I'm going to give you a demonstration. I'll go low to high with a small enough hole and the high notes will work. And then I'm going to do it with a bigger hole and you'll see that it just falls flat. So here we have a embouchure hole that is the right size, so small enough. So that's fine. Now I'm going to open up that hole just a little bit. And those high notes are not going to work very well at all. Well, actually they worked kind of okay, but I ran out of air. I'll get to that in a second. Now I'm going to open up the hole even more, and more of those high notes won't work. So there you go, that's pretty dramatic. Whew. So the second thing is that you run out of air, and you saw that happen just then. The third thing is that you get dizzy, and I am still recovering. That's why my face is all weird. It's because I am dizzy from running out of air. Okay, I'm good now. More specifically, I'm not dizzy from running out of air. I'm dizzy because I ran out of air and then I had to breathe again and then breathe again and then breathe again. That's what makes you dizzy. And the other thing I said is that it makes your tone fluffy. So have a listen. What I'm going to do is start playing a long note with a small hole, and then I'm going to make the hole bigger as I go along the long note. You're going to hear the sound change. So I'll choose G. See that? Quickly ran out of air and the sound went fluffy. I'll do that on a low note and it won't drop down because there's nowhere for it to drop down to, but you're going to hear the sound get fluffier and fluffier. So I'll do a low G. Did you hear that change? Now if I do that to the high G, it's going to completely fall apart very quickly. So I'll start with a small hole. See, it just goes nowhere. If the hole's not small enough, you can see that it affects so many of the foundations of flute playing. So playing high, playing with a clear sound, playing a long enough note, and the comfort levels of not getting dizzy. So there you go. If you want to know more about improving your tone, it's mostly got to do with embouchure. Come and join me in a free masterclass that I'm doing. It's online. www.flute.school/free is where you can register. And I will see you there for more fundamental embouchure techniques that underpin the whole of your flute playing. Get this right and it makes playing the flute so much easier and so much better. See you there.